guys, we're here today starting our Road to Rank series for VGC Series 12. If you guys enjoy this sort of content, of course, make sure you leave a like below. It really does help out a lot. And comment down below some of the Pokemon you guys want to see me feature. I'm going to be doing this throughout the entire season, most likely. Because even when I do hit, like, you know, the Master Ball tier, I want to try and get as high as I possibly can. If we could bring at least top 100, that would truthfully be insane. But I'd be content with making Master Ball, personally. With that said, though, comment down what you want to see. And basically, I'm going to get into really quickly, well, as we're loading up, I'm going to get in really quickly what we'll classify, I guess, like, how this is going to work. So we're going to try and get, like, 3 to 4 games in each video, getting about 15 to 20 minutes worth of content. I'm going to skip over any games that are, like, incomplete, that aren't, like, super amazing. Like, if someone forfeits, like, really early on, for example, I'm obviously going to not include it. Same as any games that just truthfully are unappealing, like, they're genuinely, like, just super boring, because I can record, like, a half-hour session and I can trim it up if I need to. Whether they're wins or losses, I'm going to just try and feature a good hodgepodge. Early on, it's probably going to be mostly wins, especially while we're in the Pokeball tier. Though, to be fair, it is a new season. Like, it's literally 3 days into the season, so maybe we will find some difficult games. I don't expect as many, though, in comparison when we get to, like, Ultra Ball, though, where we'll probably get our ass kicked a lot, and that's perfectly fine. There might be episodes we just lose the entire time. There might be episodes we win the entire time. But I'm not going to feature boring games. Like, for example, we're fighting a Xerneas Zekrom team. I don't think this will be that big of an issue. To be fair, I know that's probably a G-Max Butterfree. Speaking of, let me really quickly note take. Because I'm going to note take during this as well, because I think it's very helpful personally. So looking at their team, my assumption is they're probably going to bring Zekrom. They're probably going to bring Xerneas, because this team, besides Zacian, has a huge Xerneas issue, which, to be fair, I mean, I could bring my Zacian. It's not an issue against this team. I'm probably going to actually lead off with, I want to lead off with Zacian, and I want to lead off with Thundurus. I think this realistically gives me an out to everything on their team. And I'm going to we'll throw on Kyogre in the back, and I think I'm going to bench Reshiram for sure. I'm just not sure if I want to bring Grim or Porygon. I think ultimately, though, I'm probably going to bring Grim, just because if nothing else, Grim could be a really useful Screens Mon later on, or just general utility, I should say. By the way, if anyone wants a link to this team, let me know down, it'll be linked down below, I should say. I was going to say let me know down below, but it'll be linked down below. Shoutouts to Clutch for this team. I was going to use the team that Randy built, but I realized that I had forgot that I did a replaying through of Sword and Shield a couple months back, and I forgot to do the Crown Hunter stuff. So I didn't actually have the Calyrex item to do with Randy's team. So luckily, though, Clutch had a team for me. Shoutouts to Clutch, my other VGC builder. And Clutch helped me out a lot with this. So he really, like, him just having a team that he already sent me helped a lot. I'm going to still feature Randy's team now. I'll just feature as a Calyrex team instead of a Kyogre team. But yeah. So, they off with Butterfree Zekrom. Perfectly fine. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to go for Player Off on the Zekrom. And I think I'm going to go for Max Wild. Actually, I'm going to go for Max Airstream on the Butterfree. Because most likely, that Butterfree, if I had to guess, I mean, I haven't played a lot of VGC. The last time I played it was like when the very, very first restricted meta came out. It was the last time I played on VGC, and it was very, very little. But if I had to guess, Butterfree's probably rocking a Sash. Maybe it's not. I'm assuming it's a Sash, though, because I feel like there's no other reason you would run Butterfree in VGC. Because even with Max, it's kind of frail, especially with Ubers, just a lot going out of its way. So my guess is okay, so it's Rage Powder, actually. That's fine, too. I don't mind this, because while that Zekrom does have a chance for potentially going for a Dragon Dance, at the same time, though, we still are going to get our speed boost thanks to Thundurus. So it would basically need to get the KO this turn to really be a threat, in my opinion. Because both of us getting speed boost from my Thundurus and from my Zacian will guarantee outpace this next turn, barring any sort of tailwind that comes from the next Pokemon. Which there's nothing on this team that gets tailwind outside of that Butterfree. So it should be fine. So we know that the Butterfree came, and it is gone no matter what. We know that the Zekrom came. So that means that it is 2 of the Indeedee, the Milotic, Incineroar, and the Xerneas. It is 2 of those in the back, and I think I'm in a pretty good position against them personally. I think regardless of how, I guess, the quality of this game is, I'm probably going to feature this one at the very least, because I did a lot of intro stuff during this. So I'm going to try and feature this one just regardless. I think it's just a good dummy game. And plus, I mean, realistically, we're going to probably have to get out of Pokeball basically to get like a super good game. But hopefully the quality games do get a bit better. I think personally that we can totally make that work. It's just gonna sort of come as we improve this, as we continue the series, I think. So anyway, I'm gonna go for a Max Knuckle here on the Zekrom. I want to just try and 2-tap this. I don't think that it will take even just the play rough, but just in case they go for a max this turn, I want to make sure that I have like all eyes on that Zekrom, because I do think there's a good chance that just maxes this turn. I'd be kind of shocked if Indeedee does. Yep, okay, so Zekrom does max, it's fine. So with the 2 targeting at the very least, this should hopefully help. I couldn't really go for Behemoth Blade on this because it is a resisted hit, so I'd probably just be better off clicking Player Off, despite the fact that obviously Behemoth Blade does boost against Dynamax Pokemon. Follow Me Indeedee, perfectly reasonable. Makes a lot of sense that they would click that. We should still get some good damage off with Max Knuckle, if nothing else. And Indeedee's gonna fold to the tandem. I'm kind of shocked actually that it took even one of those hits. But you know what? Not a huge deal. Because at the very least, we're boosting our attack thanks to Max Knuckle anyway. We've also boosted our speed. So I'm pretty content here personally. While obviously it is a bit unfortunate that the Zekrom will probably take out our Zacian here, it could be a lot worse. Because no matter what I bring in next... Oh, actually they're going for Thundurus. Okay, I'll actually take that. That's not that bad. Because them going for Thundurus opens up a lot of opportunity in my opinion. Because now we're going to be able to boost our Defiant for one, because they clicked Worm, which if they clicked the electric move, they were pretty set in my opinion, because I didn't really have, I mean, actually, that's a lie. I did have Grim, so I can see why they didn't click that, to be fair. What I'm going to do, I'm going to click Sacred Sword on the Indeedee, and I'm going to click Max Knuckle on the Zekrom. This is mostly just to avoid any sort of accuracy shenaniganry. I don't really want to risk with Follow Me and then have a miss and then force Thundurus to also have to hit Indeedee this turn. I'd rather just take it out, in all honesty, because I feel like that's probably just for the best. So we're going to just target the Indeedee here. It's going for Follow Me. Okay, beautiful. So if nothing else, we'll be able to at the very least take out Indeedee this turn with Zacian. This should mean that, of course, that Zekrom is getting hit by now a +2, I believe we're +2? Yeah, we should be +2. Max Knuckle, which is pretty good. It's probably one of our best ways to actually damage this Pokemon. And we did nothing. Oh my god. I get that, like, Zekrom's really bulky, and I get it's Dynamax, but we did nothing. To be fair, we aren't boosting item, so that's probably why. They're gonna go for Max Lightning this turn. Okay, that's fine. Because, again, they left the Zacian around, and I'm not sure why they did that. But we know that Indeedee is also gone. So that means the last Pokemon is one of Xerneas, Milotic, or Incineroar. And I'm starting to think maybe it's Milotic, because they were targeting Thundurus and not Zacian for some reason. Couldn't really tell you why though. But I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna go into Grimmsnarl here actually, because I feel like with Grimmsnarl, what I can do, I can go for a Reflect on this. Should hopefully help take a bit more. Well, the Zekrom hits a bit better, and I can also go for a Player Off on the Zekrom. They're gonna go for Incineroar. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so put the Intimidate off. Let's see. Yeah, I think that I'm gonna go for the Reflect. Actually, I'm gonna go for Protect on Zacian, and then I'm gonna go for the Reflect, because this should ideally, assuming that they're gonna go for a Fake Out on Zacian and try and take that out, should help avoid the Fake Out turn. And on top of that as well, we're just gonna boost our defense, which should be really good against the Zekrom, considering it's a Dragon Dance Zekrom, and it is +1. So I'm personally just hoping to avoid that. So they're gonna go for Max Lightning here. That's perfectly fine. Oh right, that's gonna break Protect. Still, to be fair, we took the hit rather well because of that. Like even with the crit, that didn't even do much damage. Ooh, they're actually gonna go for Sword Dance. Okay, that's a good play. That's an interesting play for sure. What I'm gonna do this turn, I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for the. I kind of want to go for Spirit Break, because I feel like Spirit Break is probably my best case. Zekrom at the very least can't outpace me. So I feel like that we go for Spirit Break, and we just dual target the Zekrom. It's either gonna have to take out my. Okay, so they're actually gonna go for Protect too. That's fine. I don't mind this necessarily, albeit to be fair, Incineroar is probably gonna be able to take out my. It's probably gonna be able to take out my my Zacian. Yeah. Okay, that's a bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. All right. So we just have Kyogre left, and we have Grimmsnarl left. Not exactly the best. But to be fair, what I can do here, I can go for, let's see, so I can't really go for Dynamax. Okay, so I'm in a bit of a pickle, but I mean, to be fair, depending on the electric move, because we've yet to actually see the electric move since it was only clicking Max Lightning, we might actually be fine still, because it's gonna depend. We might be able to dodge though. If it's like Bolt Strike, might be good. I'm gonna go for Protect here just to try and give us a turn. And I'm gonna go for Scary Face because I want to try and lower this. Oh no, 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 no! I meant to click it on the Zekrom. Oh no. Okay. To be fair, I guess another issue that we have right now is that. Okay, so they're Fusion Bolt. They attack Kyogre. Okay, thank God. Alright. A bit annoyed that I attacked the Incineroar there, but it's not a huge concern. There's worse that could happen. Okay. So what I'm gonna do here, this is a Life Orb Incineroar. I'm not actually too concerned with it in comparison. I'm gonna go for a Water Spout here, and I'm gonna go for a Scary Face on the Zekrom this turn. Because since that is priority, I can at least maybe bank on just outpacing this. I highly doubt that this is... Or actually, maybe it does outpace us, because we're not plus speed. Okay, we outpaced it, thankfully. That's good, because it's at least damage. And we at least killed the Incineroar, to be fair. So, we can hopefully take out the Zekrom, especially with the screens up. And the fact that this is speed dropped. So maybe I could just take it out. It's going to Fusion Bolt. Alright, I just need Spirit Break to connect the KO. Which should be likely, to be fair. I feel like it's pretty in my favor. So... We're gonna hope for the best. Okay, Electricity disappeared. It's really good because it's obviously gonna weaken the damage output from Zekrom. Okay, so yep, it should be just 1-to-1 now, and I should be good to Spirit Break this. If this ends up outpacing and KOing me, well played. Okay, so Fusion Bolt goes off. It is +1, but I do have the Reflective still. So what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay, it was very close. I'll take that. I'll take that. That was a close game. Very close game to my opponent. Very good game. Alright, so we're 0-1 so far. Not the best start, but you know what? It was a really good game to start on, in my opinion. I'll take the loss in that case. So yeah. It was a very cool team. I like this. I love Zekrom a lot. It's one of my favorite Ubers. So I respect it. I respect it a lot. We're gonna continue battling. I have faith that the next game will be ours. I have total faith in us. Sadly, we couldn't start on a win, but you know what? Sometimes you just gotta start with the losses. And to be fair, it's been a long while since I played doubles, so maybe it's a good thing that I lost, you know? You learn more from the losses. Okay, so this is one of those games that we're probably going to skip unless it ends up being something really wild because they didn't even bring restricteds in a restricted format. Okay, so we ended up beating that game pretty quickly. As I said, the team really wasn't that big of a deal. If they brought, like, actual restrictions, I would have shown it. Or, you know, if they at least played it out, to be fair. They played it out, so, you know what? I'll take that. But it was definitely a singles team. So we're going to continue, though. We're 1-1 so far. So far in terms of actual games shown in the video, we're 0-1, but you know what? It's okay. Sometimes these just happen. We're gonna get a couple more games in though for sure. I have faith. I have faith we'll be able to get some more games where we can actually like show off Kyogre, or you know, games we can actually show off in the video even would be something. If we can get to beginner tier 2 or just whatever the next rank is, I would take that, to be honest. So we're gonna hope for the best. I have a lot of faith personally. I think this team is pretty good, and I feel like after that second game, I'm definitely getting a bit more of the hang of it. I love the Thunder Zacian lead. I hope that I'm using the right clutch. I'm sure you'll yell at me if I'm using it wrong. But yeah, let me know. Okay, so this is at least something. This is at least something. So there's the Lucario, Gengar, Reshiram, Cinderace, Zacian, and Urshifu. Okay, so in terms of this team, what I kind of want to do. So I kind of want to lead off with, so we're going to need something for that Zacian, which I think in terms of Zacian, what I'm going to do, I'm going to lead off with Grimmsnarl, and I'm going to lead off with Thundurus. I feel like what this will do is this will open up potential for screens, and then Thundurus can start doing some damage, and then I can go with Kyogre once Grimmsnarl dies, and then I think what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to put on... I kind of like the idea of going Zacian here. I know we've like yet to touch Rillaboom, but to be fair, we've also yet to fight a Kyogre, which I'll be honest, shocks me. I'm genuinely shocked we haven't fought a single even like okay Rillaboom matchup, let alone a good one, which really shocks me, to be honest. So I'll take that at least. You know, Kyogre's a scary mod, but I will take that. So they're gonna go with Urshifu and Zacian's elites. Okay, this is fine. To be fair, Urshifu's kind of terrifying. This is single strike at the very least, so we know that. Because of the pose. Rapid strike has more of like the kind of curved fist, hands. Single, okay. Alright, and Intrepid Sword. Okay, So what I'm going to do here, I think, as I said, I'm going to go for the Reflect. I feel like the Reflect is the most important key here, because it will hopefully help with everything. To be fair, Reshiram can crit, but it will help mostly with Zacian, I think, is my bigger concern. And then I'm going to go for Dynamax, and I'm going to go for Airstream. Because I can go for Airstream on the Urshifu, and that will hopefully get me a speed boost, assuming that I don't get KO'd first. Which, to be fair, they would need to be a Scarf Urshifu to actually outpace me. And Zacian should not be able to KO me, especially through the Reflect. So I feel pretty I feel pretty safe, in my opinion. I feel like it would be scarier, I guess, if they were Scarf. Like, if they're Scarf Urshifu, they go for Wicked Blow into, like, a Zacian hit. That could be kind of terrifying for the specific play, but I don't think... I'm pretty sure Urshifu's usually run Zacian VGC. So I feel pretty confident with this play, in my opinion. So we see that they did not go for the Dynamax, which is good to know. They're probably saving the Dynamax for a Reshiram then, I guess. If not, maybe Cinderace. Maybe it's G-Max Cinderace. So they're going to go for Beam with Blade on Grimmsnarl. That's fine. I don't mind Grimmsnarl going down, because we literally let off with it just to get the screen up and then go into Kyogre. So I'm content with this turn, personally. Because we can get the Airstream off, and then we're pretty safe, too. Because now we have the speed boost here. They don't have a Tailwind Pokemon that's, like, priority. So we can guarantee get our speed boost up for Kyogre next turn, and then go for Water Spout. So we're going to bring in Kyogre this turn. And I feel like the trade was personally worth it, because this opens up a lot of opportunity, in my opinion. So this turn, Thunder should outpace everything. We're max speed Jolly. They don't even have a Scarf that could outpace that unless they had Scarf Cinderace. It's the only Scarf they have they could outpace. So we're going to go for Water Spout here. Now, to be fair, they do have Scarfers that can outpace Kyogre, but it would literally just be like Gengar, Max Speed Lucario, or Reshiram, to be fair, or Cinderace, or at least like fast, I should say, for either of those. So we're gonna go for the Airstream here. Kills the Gengar anyway, so even if it was Scarf, it just KO'd. And now we're gonna outpace the Zacian, so Kyogre is just gonna start going on a rampage too, which is great because this Thundurus honestly opens up Kyogre so well, in my opinion. The best part is too, is with, if we went for Max Lightning, we're also going to boost Thunder potentially if we needed to do that. So this combination works really well, shockingly enough, even though it's literally boosting the demise of Kyogre. Same as the fact that we have a G-Max Rillaboom. Similar sort of notion there, because terrain's obviously, with just grassy terrain, Rillaboom is going to boost damage that Kyogre's taking. But at the same time though, mostly it's boosting Rillaboom, and with Rillaboom's coming in, it's probably just going to KO me anyway, because it's going to set its own terrain. So we're going to go for Water Spout here, and I'm going to go for... I'll go for Knuckle, just because I feel like it's funnier. I want to see Kyogre get the kill, because then I can justify putting it in the thumbnail. So they're going to go for that. That's perfectly fine. I don't really mind this, in my opinion, because what are they going to do? What's the worst thing that they're going to do this turn? It would be... I mean, they're going to get outpaced with both of our Pokemon. So they're Gigantamax, which means they can't even, like, go for a Pyro and get the Sun. And even if they could, I mean, they'd have to be Scarf, which Scarf is null and void because they maxed, because all choice items are. So we should just, like, guarantee our paces. And since Max also doesn't have priority moves, they should just be completely massacred here. If they somehow take the hit, I'd be genuinely astounded. But even still, I don't think they have a way to KO Kyogre. And I still have Origin Pulse, even if they get some good damage off. And yeah, we just KO'd. So, didn't even need to crit. We just KO'd it. Beautiful. Okay. So that is definitely game there. So we're 2-1 for the day, and 1-1 for the stream, so I'll definitely take that. Well, 1-1 for the recording, I should say. So we're going to try and get one more game in, and we're going to hope for the best. So I'll definitely take that. I'm kind of hoping for another game where Kyogre pops off, because this mon is really obnoxious in my opinion. So we got a rare candy, we'll take that. Nice and 2-in-a-row streak. We're not going to check the team, and we're going to continue battling. We're going to do one more battle, and then I'm going to wrap it up. So we're gonna hope this next battle is really good. We did get to beginner 2, so we'll definitely take that. We might even get to beginner 3 if we win another game. So I'm gonna hope for the best. With that said, hopefully we can find a game quickly, because I would love to be able to edit this and then just go right to bed. It is like 1:28 in the morning, so we'll see what happens. If we can't, we can't, but I'm gonna hope for the best personally. I feel like we could probably get a game quick enough, and I'm really hoping it's a good one. I'm hoping, you know, last game of the night, we end off on a banger game. Alright, and we're here. We ended up actually winning another game. Someone else brought another Uber team, but this looks like a really fun team, actually. We can make this one work. This is a phenomenal endgame team, actually. So they bring Indeedee, Zapdos, Dusclops, Gastrodon, Kyogre, and Calyrex, Ice Rider. Okay, so unironically, I still think I kind of want to bring Kyogre because I feel like Kyogre as an NEA Pokemon could be really good since we have Thunder on ours. And I don't know if Kyogre standardly runs Thunder these days. I know typically, like in past formats, Kyogre doesn't usually run it though. It runs like Ice Move, Dual Water, and then Protect. So I'm gonna kind of hope that's maybe like the standard for Kyogre still. And I'm gonna bank on that as an endgame Pokemon. With that in mind, I'm gonna lead off. I think I want to lead off with Rillaboom and Zacian. I feel like Rillaboom Zacian could be a really good lead here. Or maybe Rillaboom Thundurus. I'm definitely going to bring Thundurus. I feel like Thundurus is a really good backup Pokemon because it's pretty decent at checking Zapdos, I'm going to say. It's probably been the one I max, I feel like. But maybe I need to for Kyogre, to be fair. Maybe I need to max Rillaboom. We'll see. We'll see. It really just depends on what they lead, in my opinion. It should be a tough game because this is definitely like the most legitimate team we've fought yet. So I'm a little bit nervous. I won't lie. But you know what? Let's end off on a high note. So let's see. What are they going to? We're gonna go for Kyogre and Zapdos. Okay, interesting. That is a terrifying team because they're probably going to go for like I feel like Hurricane's really free. Okay, so let's see. So Rillaboom G-Max versus Kyogre. If they're like really bulky Kyogre, let's see. So we're gonna need Glide. Because of the terrain, we should KO guaranteed with Grassy Seed. With a Grassy Glide. If they go for Dynamax though, we kind of need to Dynamax to KO it back is the issue. So we're gonna, I think we're gonna kind of, what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna go for Fake Out on the Zapdos, I think. Because that way then, I can get a Play Off turn off. And I feel like that is ultimately in my best interest. If this is the Dynamax Pokemon, that's fine. I'm a bit more content with that. Because at that point, then, well actually, I don't know if I'd want that being the Dynamax Mon, but it's fine. It's fine. If that is a Dynamax Mon, then what I could do, Rillaboom will probably have to go down, but I'll still have Thundurus in the back. So Thundurus is still going to be a really good check. And no matter what, it can't be the combination of Thundurus and Rillaboom with this lead. So I'll take if they really want to go for Rillaboom like that. My guess is though, is that they're probably they're gonna switch. Okay, that's fine. Because we dual targeted the Zapdos. And even with Indeedee, that's not going to protect Zapdos because it's a flying type. So it is still going to be susceptible to Fake Out. So I will definitely take that. They also only have one Pokemon left. Okay, good to know. There's Psychic Seed Indeedee. That is also good to know. Okay. Psychic, Surge, Psychic, Seed. Okay, this is actually really good. Because that Zapdos is gone now. Oh my god, that Zapdos is gone. Okay, that's amazing. That's really good for us because that was a terrifying Pokemon. And if they go into Calyrex here, I can still handle Calyrex because what I can do, I can Dynamax Rillaboom. I can go for the max. We have Max U-turn or maybe Drumsell does more. I genuinely don't know. But we go for that plus Behemoth Blade and take out Calyrex. And if they go for Follow Me on Indeedee, that's fine. It's a bit annoying to be fair, but we can make it work. They're gonna go into Kyogre instead. Okay, that's fine. What I can do now is I can go for the Dynamax because they're gonna think that they're immune to priority with Kyogre, but they're not that immune. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go for Behemoth Blade on Indeedee, and I'm gonna hope we can get the KO. I don't know if we can, to be honest, because that Indeedee earlier took the hit really well. Like I was kind of shocked at how well Indeedee female took the hit. But let's see. So Indeedee female should be taking 151 minimum. This is female. This is defensive one. So if it's defensive, it actually takes a hit. Oh my god, that's actually insane. Because this is including the +1. Like this includes the +1. It guarantees just takes a hit, which is kind of gross. I feel like, man, I really want to try DD now because that's like a really disgusting calc that this can just take the hit. And my assumption is that probably is gonna go for like Follow Me. And it's probably going to try and redirect hits from Kyogre, because that way then Kyogre can do some damage, since it'll be at full HP. So I'm a little bit annoyed. Well, not annoyed. I'm a little bit concerned. But we'll see what happens here. They're going to go for... Let's see, what are they going to go for? Please don't be Dynamax. Helping Hand. Okay, you know what? I'll take that, because if it's Scarfed, we're Dynamax and Rillaboom, and I can just take out the Kyogre. So they're not even Scarfed. Okay, we'll take that. We'll get some good damage off on the Indeedee, if nothing else. Just don't be bulky. It wasn't bulky. Okay, so we just took that out too. Okay, so they only have 2 Pokemon left. It's Kyogre and something else. To be fair, Helping Hand is not fun, but thankfully they choked that a little bit. So this Drum Silver should be able to go off, and that is going to be incredible. Oh my god. Okay. So that is actually really amazing for us. So at this point, we just need Kyogre to do some stuff. So no matter what they bring in, I will say, to be fair, we probably cannot KO whatever comes in next. It's Gash. Oh, never mind. Okay, so I guess we can KO what comes in next. Okay, so that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're gonna go for a Drum Solo here, and we're gonna go for what I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm gonna go. Our Kyogre actually can't really touch this, so I'm gonna. Yeah, sadly, they literally had the most anti-Kyogre team ever. This is very unfortunate. Oh, okay. Battle was canceled. That's fine. This is one of those battles that, like, just, it clearly was over. Like, they clearly could not do anything. So I'll include it. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like below and subscribe for more content just like this. We didn't really have a huge, like, showcase mod. Like, if anything, it was more Letters. But to be fair, there was nothing that really stole a spot. I think we quite literally, besides Porygon, showed off everything in an actual game. So we'll take that. We'll take that. So if you wanted to use the team down below, make sure to click the link. We'll have the link to the paste down below. Shout out to Clutch again for this team. And sorry to Randy, I couldn't use your Kyogre team. I really want to use it. It looks really fun. But I'm gonna beat Crown 100 this weekend, so we'll be able to have it for episode 2. We probably won't use that specific team for episode 2, to be fair, but I do have a team of Randy's that I want to use for episode 2. So stay tuned for that. With that said, though, I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out, guys.